Research scientists at the University of Tulsa are working on a project that could change how communities receive and use solar power. The university is working under a nearly $2 million federal grant to provide low-cost solar energy even when the sun is not shining. TU researchers hope to have a prototype ready in 2 years.
In this lab at the University of Tulsa, professor and researcher Dr. Todd Otanekar is working to advance something he discovered while earning his doctorate degree in mechanical engineering. What he discovered landed the University of Tulsa a $1.7 million grant from the United States Department of Energy. It is the first award of its kind given to a primary scientific investigator in Oklahoma.
I think it was also a big deal for our research, particularly solar energy research here in the state of Oklahoma, as this was a major solar energy award for the state. It's also huge just from an academic perspective of all the different things we're going to be able to pursue at the university because of the award.
With the money, Otanekar was able to assemble a research team, which is working with something very small to make big changes in the way solar energy is stored. And here's where it gets complicated to explain.
In here are gold nanorods. So these are basically structured gold particles that are at the nanoscale, so 10 to the minus 9th meters. So
say that again?
In here are gold nanorods. So these are basically structured gold particles that are at the nanoscale, so 10 to the minus 9th meters.
Meaning?
1,000 times smaller than like the diameter of your hair. And the nanorods, what we can do is we can change the aspect ratio, and by doing that we change their optical properties.
Okay, once again.
So the simplest way to think about it is that we can divide light up into a bunch of different colors.
The importance of breaking up colors from the sun is best seen at huge installations like this one in Nevada, where miles of solar panels made up of photovoltaic cells have been erected to capture the energy of the sun to generate electricity.
So most photovoltaic cells won't use infrared light. It just hits the cell and it either passes through the cell or it gets turned into waste heat. And one of the sad things with photovoltaics is as they heat up, their efficiency goes down.
While such energy generation bypasses the use of depletable fossil fuels like coal, what the cells capture from the sun is limited.
The problem is with most solar energy is the sun goes down, power stops. And so one of the key things that this program is looking to enable is to make what they call dispatchable energy. So
the right combination of nanoparticles and liquid will enable Otanekar and his researchers to capture the wasted heat and store it. Drew Desjarnette is a postdoctoral scientist who oversees graduate students on the team.
And so having systems like this can be more self-sustained so that you don't have to rely on normal grid power. You can use energy from the sun while the sun's shining, as well as storing it when the sun's not shining, to have a self-contained unit to not rely on existing infrastructure.
Both Desjarnette and Otanekar believe the applications of their research will be endless.
It's pretty neat to be able to use what I've learned and apply it to this large-scale application, especially for solar power, which is something that's interesting to me. And then this is not just, some random research projects. Actually, we're building this prototype that has industrial and real-world applications in it.
Their work should be complete and installed on solar panels in about 2 years.